Okay, Preston, you're playing Florida, so what does that mean?
It's just, I hope next week, or last week taught us, that the next week is the most important week. As far as for us right now, it's mastering Florida's, techniques and their tendencies, and improving ourselves as well. We got another big work day tomorrow to improve ourselves and install the offense and defense. So, we really need to come out and emphasize ourselves as well as learning more about Florida.
How's practice been the last 2 days?
It's been good. I think for the we've had pretty good tempo so far this year, but it started to falter a little bit, and I think everybody realized that through the Arkansas scare that you got to bring your A game every week, and that we're in the SEC play now, and everybody's capable of beating everybody. So it's been a lot better this week so far.
What has the team been doing to correct those mistakes that you guys made against Arkansas?
We beat ourselves a lot against Arkansas. We came out with the victory, but it was as a team we knew we didn't play very well. So we're coming out and we're just emphasizing technique, the little things. Going back to two-a-days as far as bettering ourselves and in hopes of making us tougher to beat. So we're trying to bet ourselves and learn more about Florida every day. So it's a little bit of both.
What do you mean you're going back to two-a-days? What's that mean?
Just focusing on technique, focusing on the little things. Going back to board drills. Running the sled. Little things that we kind of slipped up on last week and almost cost us.
Florida came out and said they had put in a 5-2 defense for this game. Do you buy that, or what do you think?
Yeah, if they did, we'll adjust. It's Florida's good at what they do, and they except for the short yardage stuff, they've been a typically under team, and they play their defense well. They got a new coordinator this year, but they've got a lot of the same schemes and tendencies they did last year, and we're just trying to focus on last year's film where we can make corrections, and also who they played so far, and how we can better ourselves through watching film.
What's the strength of that defense?
They pride themselves on speed. It's different from a lot of other people we play in the fact that they play side to side real well, but they're speed demons. They really do. A lot of people talk about how fast Florida is. It's because they are fast. They really pride themselves in speed, and they get to the ball well. So that's definitely their strong point.
How can you counter the speed?
Just playing Alabama football. We've got a lot of guys out wide and behind me that they've got pretty good speed as well. So up front in the passing game, we just got to focus on running our routes, and up front we just got to do our technique. Like I said about getting back to the little things. If we do our technique right, we've got a really good offensive line, a really good block in front. So we're just really focusing on that, and that's how we'll try to counter it.
Preston, which jersey numbers on film jump out to you as guys that can really run for Florida?
Of course, they're number 1 and 35. They've obviously, veteran guys, but their linebacking core and everybody up front, that the people that are replacing some of those guys, the stars that are in the NFL now, they've done a really good job up to this point, and they've proven themselves why they're starting at the University of Florida. They're good, SEC players. So I think everybody on their defense is really sound. We just have to, play our style of offense.
Preston, how has Barrett Jones kind of sort of taken a leadership role with his on-the-field work and then his off-the-field involvement with community service?
Well, Barrett's always been, somebody I look up to off the field as far as, the things he does with his off time is never selfish. It's whether it be going to Haiti or going to the huddle and speaking at FCA things. It's always stuff like that. But on the field, he's really helped, guys like Fluker and Warmack, young guys up front. When things are getting crazy, it's tough for you to help somebody else. A lot of times I'm trying to help Fluker, and me and Mike are doing our thing, but Barrett always goes out of his way to make sure that DJ and Chance and everybody is where they need to be, and it's helped DJ and Chance a lot. It's helped them mature a lot faster than I think they would have if Barrett hadn't have been here.
There was kind of a perception that last year the line was really Mike Johnson's. Is there a guy that's kind of got that role now?
I don't think so. I think it's a different type of leadership. Last year, I lived with Mike, and Mike taught me a lot as far as the way he led was, he was real even-tempered guy, but every once in a while when he got upset, you realized that it was time to go. This year, everybody's kind of taking more ownership of their own, themselves, and if if a guy and of your own unit, like if a guy like Mike or Smelly or Underwood is to, kind of start to slow up, or, even myself, we kind of rally each other, and the O-line, we just kind of feed off each other. If somebody, we kind of all pull our own weight, and if somebody starts to slack up a little bit, everybody kind of rallies around that person and helps them keep moving forward. It's not as much of a one-man, directing and pointing and yelling as much as it is everybody just trying to keep everybody together and keep, let's go, keep the tempo going. So it's a different type of leadership, but, I think it's going to be successful.
If I remember right, against Florida, you lined up wide a lot. How important is it to show a new wrinkle every single week?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I say about Coach McElwain being a genius. He really is. I feel like, between what I have in my mind and what I have in my playbook, I feel it's like only like a tenth of what he, I feel like everything is for setting up a next move. And, he's just is really smart about keeping people on their toes, and I think that he'll continue to do so.
You look at film of Florida, obviously they didn't start as well. They still won all their games, but what was the difference between them the first three and then Saturday against Kentucky?
Making adjustments. It's the important thing to being a great team is adjusting on the run. You're going to get a lot done during 2-a-days, and you're going to make a lot of improvements, but you've got to keep improving during the season, and they've done a great job of it. I was happy to see, how much improvement they've made in that last game, because, I mean, that's what you look for in a good team. I know personally as Alabama, we look to do that same thing, adjust on the run, and they've done a really good job of it. So, and I know they're proud of that.
Does it make you happy to see them improve?
Well, you want to face good competition. They're definitely as good as it gets. They're a really good team. But as far what I think I mean more happy is that's what they wanted to do. That's what they're aiming for, to improve on the run, and it's the same thing that a team like Alabama is aiming to do. So I know that's something they're proud of.
Preston, you've had a bigger role in the passing offense this year probably than ever before. How does it feel as a senior now to get out there and be more involved with balls in the air?
It's it feels good to help on third down and stuff like that. I do take pride in being a reliable option, all that. But if Coach Mack if Coach Mack thinks it's my time to make a play or score or whatever it may be, so be it. But if not, I still pride myself in my blocking as much, if not more, than I do the passing game.
Are you the first read on any plays, or are you like the third read on all of them?
I don't know. Coach Mack, he has a way of doing his things, and I just he tells me to run a route, I do it. If it comes my way, so be it. But if it doesn't, I understand, and I'll line up and come at it the next play.
Where does Florida rank on Alabama's list of rivals now?
Rivalry-wise, because they're the next game, number one. But I think Arkansas, if you had asked me that last week, I would have said Arkansas. It's just, I honestly can say that this team doesn't, circle teams and just hate anybody. We love to win. And right now, this is the team between us and a victory. So that's our next rivalry.
They've just been such meaningful games.
Yeah, it has. We have had to play them in some serious games and some make or break situations. 08, they got the best of us. 09, we ended up getting the best of them. And whether or not we see them again down the road, that doesn't matter. We're worried about this one right now. So this is definitely the only one I care about.
Not bigger than Auburn yet?
No, sir.
How do you stay focused on that game? I mean, and not look at the bigger picture. How do you guys stay focused like that?
I just think it's mental conditioning. The way coaches has trained our brains. That we understand that in order to keep the big picture looking the way we want it to, that it's that little bitty week, those 5 days that are most important to the big picture. So I think that's it. On Sundays, we may look back and say, here's what we got to do. Here's, to keep your chips in order. But, come Mondays and, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, especially those 4 days, are key as far as having us ready to play on Saturday. I really do think you win in those 4 days. If you have a bad week of practice, it's not something you want to go into a big game with. So we really try to pride ourselves in having a good week of practice.
This time last year, you guys kind of had a chance to slow it up a little bit. I think you're playing Kentucky this week, and the coach said kind of taking it a little bit easier in practice because there wasn't a bye week coming up. This year, you don't have that same luxury as the,
Right.
Is there any chance that you lose some of that.
I mean,
after all these huge big games back to back.
I mean, like you're saying, last year, you know, it was kind of a luxury to have the schedule the way it was, but you know, we didn't play as well as we expected against Kentucky last year, if I remember, and it's something we know that, you know, it is what it is. That's one of those things that, you know, as players and as coaches, we can't affect and we can't change, so we just have to focus on, you know, playing hard and practicing hard and keep pushing through it. You know, people are banged up and it's part of it, but you know, we've got a great training staff, and you know, our coaches understand, you know, what we're going through, so you know, they know how to mediate it and you know, keep it in moderation, and we just got to keep the pedal to the metal and keep pushing forward.
Did you get a lot of comments about that lead block?
Yeah, I was proud of that, but you know, I think the only thing my dad said was, you know, you should have knocked him down. I said, yeah, you're right. I guess I should have.